every minute, every 60 seconds. That means by the time I'll complete this sentence, we as a world would have lost the forest area of the size equivalent to 11 football grounds in just 1 minute. And every minute. Every year we are losing around 10 million hectares worth of forest. Does this ring any alarm bells? In fact, World Economic Forum has identified biodiversity loss as the fourth biggest threat to the humankind, only after infectious disease, climate action failure, and weapons of mass destruction. And to all those who feel that, okay, biodiversity and sustainability is all fine, but it cannot come at the cost of economic progress. So for all such people also, I've got a number. And this is not my number. I've taken it from a joint study done by World Economic Forum and PricewaterhouseCoopers. We have had a gentleman from PricewaterhouseCoopers as one of the speakers. And the number is, don't fall off your chairs, 58 trillion US dollars. Not billion, trillion. Just to give you a sense of the magnitude of the number, India's GDP currently stands at around 4 trillion US dollars. And we are talking of 58 trillion US dollars. Meaning more than half of the world's GDP is dependent on nature and its services. You take out nature and biodiversity, the world's GDP will be reduced to less than half. It means it has become all the more important to preserve the nature and biodiversity, not just for ecological reasons, but also for economic reasons. While we always thought that economics and environment are stacked against each other, turns out they are the two sides of the same coin. Now, let me give you an example of other extreme. Can you believe that biodiversity and sustainability, which we consider almost as synonymous to each other, can also be in conflict with each other? Would you believe if I were to tell you that the life of a bird, and that too from Rajasthan, be valued at, guess what, more than 4 billion US dollars? And what if I told you that the very same bird is the reason why you, I, all of us have got a new fundamental right just a month back? The name of the bird is the Great Indian Bustard, also known as Godawan, which is the state bird of Rajasthan. It's an endangered species and it's found only in some desert areas of Rajasthan and Gujarat. The very same desert area where a number of solar and wind power plants are installed. And the transmission lines of these power plants are killing these birds. And one such death is too many because there are hardly around 150 of them left. And therefore, in 2021, Supreme Court of India has ordered all these companies involved in renewable energy projects to move these transmission lines underground, which would cost them more than 4 billion US dollars, thereby rendering majority of these projects commercially unviable. That's the kind of value Supreme Court has given to these birds. Anyway, all these companies then came together along with central government and requested the Supreme Court to reconsider and review its decision. And just a month back, Supreme Court has now decided to formulate a committee which would recommend to them the best possible alternative, the best possible solution to this problem. Now, did you notice something interesting here? It has become a classic case study of sustainability versus sustainability. Sustainability as in biodiversity versus sustainability as in renewable energy. So if you were to suggest a solution to that, what would that be? That's the first question I am leaving you with to ponder, to think over. Second, while passing this judgment on the Great Indian Bustard, Supreme Court of India has also redefined and expanded the definition of one of the fundamental rights called right to life, and have included in it for the very first time just a month back the right against adverse effects of climate change, thanks to Great Indian Bustard. And congratulations to all of us that we have got a new fundamental right. But as a student of business management, if you can just turn this around and contemplate it from the business fraternity's point of view, as in what kind of repercussions it is going to have on the business community and the organizations which, by virtue of the nature of their business, are involved in certain activities which are bound to contribute to the problem of climate change. Think over it. Now, having given you enough food for thought, let me now take this opportunity to thank all the speakers we have had since morning who have enlightened all of us on this extremely critical and important subject, plus all the students who have participated in various competitions will soon have the results. But for me, each one of them is a winner. The fact that they have participated, they're all winners for me. So for all of them, thank you. For all of them, as well as for each one of you, without whose participation the symposium would not have been successful, may I again request a big round of applause. Thank you very much.